Hello again. I am here with Davina, my mother, and my sister Kiki is going to be interviewing us on our debate about factory farmed chicken meat.
So, what are your thoughts about the impact chicken meat produced by concentrated animal feeding operations, also known as CAFOs, has on our society?
Well, I don't think it has a negative impact on our society. I think our population has grown so vastly that in order to keep up with the supply and demand of chicken meat needed, farming had to increase their methods of production, and so I think it's a positive impact, and I don't think it's a negative impact at all.
I understand your point. Population is bigger today than it ever has been before, and to keep up with supply and demand. I understand why some people think this is okay, but I also feel that there are many other ways to humanely raise chickens before they are used as meat, and I think it has a negative impact because it might be keeping up with the times, but it's not humane whatsoever. So I feel like it's a negative advancement, and it's one that definitely needs improving.
Okay, how do you feel about eating chicken meat that has been genetically modified?
I don't really mind because I don't really think about it. I don't think about the way meat was produced, and as long as I don't see it or know what happens to it, I'm fine. I go more for the taste of the chicken when I buy it and the cost of the chicken, and so it doesn't affect me personally at all.
I see your point again, but I would argue that we are what we eat, and when these broiler chickens are being mass-produced and injected with all these antibiotics and hormones to make them grow 3, 4, 5 times as fast as how a natural normal chicken in its natural environment would grow, in turn we end up consuming that meat. And all those chemicals the chickens are pumped in and fed, we end up consuming it. It goes into our body. And there are some studies out there that show that all of these chemicals have a negative impact, and they can cause cancer and make us resistant to certain antibiotics. So, I think it does matter, and we do need to know where our meat is coming from and how it is produced, along with many other things, because ultimately it's what we consume, and our health is what comes first, I think.
Would you consider boycotting the purchase of factory farmed chickens and choosing a more organic, natural option?
No, I wouldn't. I really don't think my one vote and my personal boycotting purchasing that kind of chicken is going to make a difference. I think the demand is so great that people will always buy meat that is cheaper, and if the taste is good, then I think that's fine. So I personally would not boycott it, and I don't think that I could make a difference to this situation.
It is hard to believe that your one vote could change how something so great could be impacted, but I would say that yes, organic, naturally raised chicken meat is going to be slightly more expensive than mass-produced factory farmed chicken meat, but on the other hand, it's what you're consuming. Is it moral? Is it ethical for these chickens to be raised in such environments? I think not. I think that there are many other ways to humanely raise chickens for their meat, and some people may feel that, oh, chickens are just put on this earth to feed our needs, and rightly so. I think that chickens can be used for consumption, but I feel like throughout the duration of their natural life, while they're growing, before they're butchered, that they should be able to live with dignity and without cruelty. So I would have to say that I personally feel that I do not want to supply, or I do not want to purchase factory farmed chicken meat, because all that's doing to the company is increasing the demand, saying I want this meat, and up goes their supply and demand, and that's how we get this mass-produced chicken meat. I say that with your vote, with my vote, one person at a time, we can change this CAFO way of life, one vote at a time. Thank you.